Amazing Myth Theater, where we dive into connections to mythology found inside prose and poetry. Today, we're joined by my great friend Jimmy. Say hello to the listeners, dude.
Howdy, everyone.
Well, now that we're acquainted, let's get this episode started, shall we?
We shall.
Today's topic of discussion is Macbeth. We'll be splitting today's content into 3 sections. 1. Common mythology surrounding Hecate. 2. Discussion of the mythological archetypes. And a subsection that I like to call Am I the Archetype? 3. Similarities through Macbeth to commonly known mythological tragedies in Greek mythology. Hecate is one of the lesser-known goddesses. She is the daughter of Poseidon. My apologies, guys. I am having word problems. She is the daughter of the Titan Perses and the nymph Asteria. Hecate possesses the power of heaven, earth, and sea. She was also known to preside over magic and witchcraft. She is often depicted as holding a torch, and the reason behind this is when witnessing the abduction of Persephone to the underworld, she searched tirelessly for her, torch in hand. That's pretty girl boss, don't you think?
That is absolutely girl boss. Like, she's like, hey, I need to go find her, so I'm gonna go find her.
Yeah, she's a real one. She's there.
For real.
Guess what time it is, man?
What time?
It's random question time. Are you ready for this?
Absolutely.
All right. Following that story of Hecate and her beloved torches, those depictions of her often became torches, which would stand at crossroads and doorways, presumably to rid places of evil. What were these statues called? A. Hecateo, B. Hecatea, or C. Hecatae?
I'm gonna go with B.
That is correct. It is Hecatea.
Let's go.
Another thing that she's known for is being accompanied by packs of dogs, which were known for barking. Right now, she just seems like a witch version of Cruella de Vil, but once we get into her powers, we'll be thinking she's more like Witch Thanos.
Oh.
Yeah. To be specific, Miss Hecate is the goddess of magic, witchcraft, the night, light, ghosts, necromancy, and also the moon. She was also responsible for protecting households and entrances. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, no, she definitely is like Thanos.
She's very OP. She has all the Infinity Stones.
All of them, dude. She got light. She got the moon.
She got night, light, and
the moon.
Like that's just crazy.
She got what grew up in.
Yeah, she's OP.
Girl.
Next up is the many depictions of Hecate. She's often been described as trimorphic, and her triple form has been in many different shapes, including 3 separate bodies around a center column, a single goddess with 3 heads, and a being with the heads of a dog, snake, and horse. This lady she just keeps amazing me, and also scaring me a little bit.
How that snake head gonna work?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I would think, I don't know. Are they all one consciousness? Or are they all
Ain't
literally
there
a
3
snake,
people?
horse, and dog?
And the 3 people around a column.
But
Like,
I
they're
think-
all her.
I mean, yeah.
And they're like one conscious.
I think those are more like the statues.
Maybe?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
either. But that's cool. That is so cool. Imagine being able to be 3 people around a column.
I'd be kind of scared.
I mean, you'd be able to
I'd
look
get stressed.
You'd be able to look 3 different ways.
That's true. I don't know. But in relation to Shakespeare's Macbeth, the 3 witches, I realized after collecting this information, may actually be an allusion to her many forms. Maybe it's like the witches are her internal consciousness projected out like a hologram? I don't know.
I mean, she is like a god.
I don't know. Well, on to our second section of archetypes. Jimmy, I would assume that you know about archetypes?
Totally, man. Maybe we should inform, the listeners just if anyone doesn't know.
Alright, well, for those who are unfamiliar with archetypes, here are some common tropes. Tragic hero, villain, outcast, mentor, wise man, temptress, and hero, along with many others. Let's get to assigning these to our characters, shall we?
We shall.
Starting with Macbeth, the star of the show, he is often depicted as the tragic hero after one wrong choice led him down a path of darkness and false security. His ambition stands as his fatal flaw, leading him to tragic consequences. Lady Macbeth, our tragic hero's cold-hearted, unremorseful, disturbed wife, is often recognized as both the mentor, a person who guides and encourages others, and the temptress, a character who manipulates or tempts others into doing their own bidding. Malcolm, Prince of Cumberland, is frequently associated with the hero archetype, meant as a foil for Macbeth. Banquo, who was once recognized as a right-hand man to Macbeth, is categorized as the wise man, providing intelligence and reasonable judgment. Now, Jimmy, as someone who's never fully read Macbeth, I need your judgment on if these associations are appropriate in a game that I like to call Am I the Archetype? Our first read is from Macbeth. Quote, I got a prophecy from the three witches that I'd be king one day. So obviously I killed the residing king, blamed his guards, and lied to the entire kingdom. Am I the tragic hero?
No.
Nothing more to add. Just no.
I mean, I feel like it should be obvious.
Alrighty then. Next up is Lady Macbeth. Quote, when my husband told me of the witch's prophecy, I strongly urged him to seize the throne, and yeah, I may have had to be a little rude at times, maybe call him a little girl, but nothing awful. Am I the mentor or the temptress?
Oh, she does not sound... that sounds toxic. She's a temptress.
You know, I see that. I can see that. I can definitely see that. Now, Jimmy, I will be discussing which archetype I think best fits each character.
Period, go off.
First, Macbeth. No way he's a tragic hero. In my opinion, I think that he is a mentally unstable villain who, when given the opportunity, did all possible to seize the throne. There's nothing tragic about him. He's just power hungry.
Period.
In part, I do, however, believe that Malcolm, Prince of Cumberland, is the hero within the story, as his return to Scotland allowed Macduff to end up killing Macbeth, so in a way, it makes sense for him to be the perceived hero. Macduff, however, I know we haven't talked about him much, is who I believe to be the story's anti-hero.
Okay.
This is due to the slaughtering of his family that occurs in his absence by Macbeth.
Oh, yeah, no, he's definitely not the hero.
During his,
Or tragic
this is when he's gone to get Malcolm back to help him take back Scotland, but whatever. But his mistake of leaving his family is essentially, quote, undone through the killing of Macbeth in the end.
Okay.
He got his revenge in. He got his...
An eye for an eye.
Yes, in a weird way. More like an eye for a leg.
Yeah.
Well, our third and final topic is parallels between Macbeth and other mythological tragedies. First, we're going to discuss the common trope of abuse of power. This is prominent in many Greek tragedies, most notably the Midas touch. A king consumed by a love for gold gains the ability to turn whatever he pleases to gold with a simple touch, leading him to lose the things most important to him, his family. In a similar fashion, Macbeth, a nobleman, when given the idea of power, goes through an entire murder plot just to become king, only to lose his place on the throne along with his life in the end. The second trope we'll discuss is the commonly discussed interactions between men and gods. Oftentimes it's a case of punishment for the human, like the case of Poseidon punishing Odysseus, with a 10-year journey back to Ithaca due to the desecration of Troy and not appreciating Poseidon afterwards.
Yeah, no.
This can be seen in Macbeth and Hecate's relationship, as once the witches inform her of Macbeth's latest actions, she enlists them to give Macbeth false or twisted prophecies as a form of punishment, which he doesn't sense and falls into her trap. Shakespeare really thought of everything, huh?
No, you for real did. That's crazy.
What I think is crazy is that Macbeth would actually listen to a prophecy of 3 random witches in the woods, especially after he perceived them as haggish. And I don't know, he seemed very,
He's stupid.
yeah, I think he's either very stupid or very crazy. I can't.
I feel like
absolutely
it's
decide
common
which one.
knowledge that, like, old haggish women are literally just tricksters.
Well, that's also another common archetype, though. I mean, not all old people are.
Oh, well, I'm not saying all old people. I'm saying haggish-looking old women.
I mean, yeah, it's.
I mean,
very-
hags are very trickish.
That is true, but I mean, I don't know. I guess he just kind of ran with it. He didn't really think twice,
crazy.
or yeah. Well, Jimmy, I hope that you learned something from my rambling. What do you
Totally.
think?
For sure, dude. I did not know that Hecate had packs of barking dogs.
Yeah, bud. Me neither. Well, listeners, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Amazing Myth Theater. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you all on the flip side.